here with more Space Engineers. And Space Engineers, tell me your beautiful game without telling me you're beautiful. I mean, look at that. Ah, sunrise on the asteroid. Alright, so we've had quite a bit going on. For those who did not see the community tab this week, I actually had a full-on video that we recorded that, me being me, I wasn't thinking about it at the time and I deleted the footage. Oh. Two NPCs that were not actually hostile with shooting each other. Okay. As long as none of the rounds make their way over here, we're good. Alright, so yeah, we actually got quite a bit done. If for the video that you did see, we basically built the platform. Oh, and then for the video you didn't see, we started building a landing area over here, and we have a new mining vehicle. So the footage was basically the building of this little beast. And the thing is that we actually ran into some problems when we were building it. So, because we did build it in the new hangar area, and because of the way block collision works in Space Engineers, things were a little bit bigger than they were supposed to be. So, yeah. I didn't have the light bars on it when we finished, but I ended up putting them on because, well, I just like them. And I think that they surprisingly add a little something to it. I'm not quite sure what. But it's, you know, a little je ne sais quoi, yeah? Oh, so, yeah. Basically, we have a little alcove here for you to get up into the cockpit. Or if you're under fire, you basically can duck in here to hide and use it for cover. You know, quick escape things. Oh, but what I had said last time was that once it was done, I would put it up on the workshop, and I am planning on putting this on the workshop. It'll be there in the next couple of days. Not entirely sure which day it'll be there, but it'll be there soon. And once it is, I'll put links in the description. So yeah. Anyway, we actually have everything piped through. We're using, you know, the newest, the war. What are they called? Warfare. That's it. The warfare thrusters. We've got actually 4 batteries on board, and then the 4 drills. So when we originally started, we had only 2 drills on it, but it wasn't giving us quite the clearance we needed. We actually ended up with a bit of debris that would be stuck here, and we're still getting it to some extent, but it's much easier to deal with now. I can just give a quick jiggle on the controls and basically get rid of whatever builds up in between the drills. But yeah, so it's actually working really well. I'm happy with the way it turned out, and it is a fun little ship. So having the light bar here is adding some complications, but if we take the light bar off, then, you know, it's fine. But as it is, it works, and that's what's important. Now, what we've done is we've actually, using the drill, we actually flattened out a good chunk of area here. We mined all of this out. And that added quite a bit of stone, which we might actually still be processing. Let me check. Let's see how much stone we actually have in the network. It's been a while, so it may not actually still be there because stone processes really quickly. Alright, so let's see here. No, we still got a bit of stone. 600k there. So yeah, about probably probably about 1 million units of stone left in there. We were up to, I want to say, like 7 or 8 million stone at one point while I was mining all of that stuff out. So let's go ahead. What we're going to do is we're going to say all of the refineries, and we want the large cargo. And we want specifically this one. All right. And this way we can check and see just how much material we actually have, because I haven't checked in a while, and now that we have all of this stuff being processed. There you go. Alright, so we're back up to 576k of iron, which is good. Increased our gold a little bit. Now, some of this was actually from scrap. As you can see, the local area has gotten a little rowdy again. And so our neighbors are fighting amongst themselves. And so what I've been doing is just flying out and picking up the scrap, and whenever I find a ship to salvage, I'll break that down and bring parts back. So, alright. So that is basically what's been going on. I think the last time we were together, you got to see the little habitation area over there, and then both of the hangars. Hasn't really changed anything out there as far as out here is concerned. We have the one heavy laser up and running. It's just missing some grids. And you are missing superconductors. You need 60. And what do you need? You need what is that? 17 or 13? So 73. We'll just go ahead and do 100. We should have the materials for it. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Superconductors, yeah. Let's go ahead and crank out 100 of those. It's not like we don't have the material, but I do want to get these other lasers up and running, because if we have anything that comes in on this side, as you can see over there, I want to make sure we have the power to punch through the shields as quickly and as easily as possible. Are you a Reaver? No, you are an Ember. Okay. As long as you're not a Reaver. The dangerous icon right there. So, what are we going to do now? Well, that's a good question. Glad you asked. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our new mining vehicle to basically excavate a bunch of material. I want to get a lot more uranium, and then the different precious materials. There it is. One of the green base spawns, the hostile pirate version of it, is out there, but got obliterated by one of our neighbors, actually. I want to say it was IMDC. I think it was their guys. They basically had a couple of their carriers out here and just obliterated that base. So what I'll do is I'll head over there and do the salvage on the base, and while we're salvaging the base, I'll take the mining vehicle with us, and we'll mine out, because those asteroids, the POI asteroids, always have really good resources in them. And hopefully that isn't one of the bugged ones, that we can actually get resources from it. But we'll do that off camera, because you saw me do that not too long ago. Well, I guess relatively speaking, it's been a while, but we did it in the last series, so it's the exact same base, just on a different asteroid. Alright, and then our regular laser is up and running. Laser on that side is up and running, and our shields are up and running. And we have our power generation going, so it's not been a bad thing. Oh, are you online now? You look like you are online. Yes, you are. Awesome. And you should be close. Yeah, you're pretty close. And you've actually got a bunch of metal grids too, so that means, yeah, you are just waiting for superconductors. And you are obviously up and running. Alright. Oh, it'll be so nice to have the 3 lasers online, because it means basically I won't have to necessarily take the big ship out. These guys and the 2 small ones should be able to handle most of the things that'll come in outside of, like, the really big Raider Let me try that again. The really big reefer raids, or maybe the embers, because those guys will come through with carriers, and those carriers will have anywhere from 3 to 5 ships with them. Smaller grid ships. So those things, if they do show up, basically these lasers will one-shot, or mostly one-shot, the small ships. If they all converge their fire on the big ship, it'll cut it in half. Which I may need to actually set them on to focus fire, but it's okay. Alright, so now for the folks that haven't seen it yet, let's head over here. I'll show you what we got here. So just in case you haven't seen it, this is the little habitation area. This is fully pressurized. We have a food system in. We actually should have food on hand. Oh, we do. All right. Oh. I'll go ahead and drop that. I actually want to pull 2 of those out. I've got ice, but I don't have... I need to grab some herbs and some of the cans. So let's grab... I don't know, we'll grab like 100 of them. Sparkling water. All my cans are there, so let's go in here. Hey, look, alright, and we'll crank out like 100 cans. How much do you need? You need 0.03. So if we do that, let's go, just go ahead and crank that out, that's fine. Alright, so we'll let those run. We actually have a bunch of things we need to move around. Want all of our components down here. So now basically what I'm doing is just trying to get all of our materials together. Not quite sure why you were pulling materials, but okay. Not going to complain. Alright, so that means it's just that. Okay, so we have all of our stuff. We've got our food and water full. We can turn that out for a bit and hop in here, get our power back, and that should be pretty much it. So I'm not expecting this to be a really long episode. Like I said, I've been working on a bunch of different things simultaneously, and for this playthrough, we're not stopping. We are going to continue the series. I'm just basically working on something, a plan for where we're going to go next, because at this point we've got the basics of what we need to survive pretty much on lockdown at this point, and it's just really kind of expanding the base. And so what I'm thinking here is we're going to leave this open for now, because you know we do have the, speaking of reverse, we do have the escape shuttle that'll launch us down if we need it. And so what I'm thinking is, now that we have a bit more of a platform out front with the defenses on it, I'm thinking we're going to need to start looking at putting in more defensive structures. So I'm thinking probably something on this side. Ideally, what I would do is have something, say, here, so it can kind of offer coverage on the things coming into the front. as well as the things on this side, and basically do this on, if not every side, on most of the sides. Like, where is our escape hatch? Yeah, so like for the escape hatch here, what I want to do... Oh, great. What I want to do is have a system set up, or an area down here set up where we have some defensive positions, so that if we do have to launch the shuttle, or the escape pod as it were, basically we would be able to do so and have covering fire as we're launching. So that is something I want to work on. And that torpedo boat is getting pretty close pretty quickly. I'm wondering if he's got us... He might have us locked in. Alright, I'm thinking it's time to go say hello to our neighbors. You know, it's like, if you're gonna come visit the neighborhood, I hope you are bringing goodies. I'm going to assume he has locked on to our base, because he is close enough that he's going to be a problem. All right. So yep, there it is. Hi, you want to shoot at me? I'll shoot back. All right. What's wrong? Why are you bugging out? You know, weren't expecting me to shoot back, were you? Oh, look, he got close enough that the heavy lasers have engaged. Hey, look, he's got big rail guns on there. Isn't that nice up for him? And come on. Ooh, that was a whole lot of weapons just came in. Alright, well, guess what? Oh, I think I missed him. Look, he's got a bunch of stuff exploding. I think he's actually listing into the atmosphere. Ooh, that was a big explosion. Wonder what we hit. I think we hit one of his ammo racks. He's definitely not in a good situation now, though, is he? See if we can close the distance on him here a little bit. Hey, that would be a yeah. He's pretty much done at that point. anything worth trying to salvage? Should have some space junk up ahead. There's some right there. Like I said, I keep telling these guys, don't start none, won't be none. Alright. See if we can close in on this, guys. It's always nice to see things blow up, huh? Oh, man. Oh, with any luck, we'll be able to salvage all of this. At least a good portion of it. Wondering if we can actually get into some semblance of range here. Oh. Going a little fast. Alright, so he's starting to outdistance us again. Alright. So we're just trying to get a little bit closer. So if you have a target lock on him, you can actually see what your ranges are. And that's basically what I'm using right now, is to just trying to get a little closer to him, not too much. And Bob should be working here shortly. Yep. Alright. Trying to see if we've got Bob activity yet. Doesn't look like it. And at the speed everything's going, I'm not going to be able to salvage the rest of it because it's going to hit atmosphere before I can get to it. So I would like to try and gather some of this. Because it looked like there were some thrusters on there. Yeah, there's a bunch of thrusters that haven't been hit yet. Which is good. Alright, so I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to basically drift up and above a little bit. And I want to try and keep that under control. Close in on these guys a little. Manual docking operations. There we go. And see if we can get ourselves just a little bit closer. I'll let Bob do his magic. It's always nice when Bob works. Look at that. Stripped all the good stuff already. Now, like I said, we do need to be careful because we are really close to the planet. It Looks like the debris might actually be in the gravitational envelope already. Look, IMDC just dropped in. It's always nice when the locals, well, can't I guess really call them locals, but when the friendlies show up with reinforcements. There we go. And I think that's most of it already. I mean, there's still a couple of smoking pieces on there, so there's some kind of electronics. We are getting rather close to the planet, though. I'm wondering if we should head down and try and gather ice. I mean, it's definitely worth doing. That's a whole lot of mass blocks, it looks like. So they were basically using mass block armor. That's funny. So for those who don't know, mass blocks can soak an amazing amount of damage on them. But I'm betting it just had a gravity drive or something. But it is what it is. It's ours now. Yeah, that looks like a gravity unit down there. So I'm guessing they were using a gravity drives, which would explain the acceleration. Gravity drives are ridiculously good for getting out of an area quickly if you need to. I don't really use them much anymore, just because they're kind of a pain to set up and deal with. But if you set them up right and you do some scripting, you can actually make a ship that can go from 0 to max speed pretty much instantly in any direction. Looks like we might have... Yeah, I think we... Alright. Nope, we're in planetary gravity. That's not good. Let's get ourselves out of here. Hopefully. I can't even jump because we're... Oh. That was almost really, really bad. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. See if we can get ourselves out of the gravity. Oh, hey, we're seeing altitude increase. That's good. Oh, that was... That trade outpost is, I think, going down. It might be hanging in there. He might be like right outside the gravity. No, he's got to be inside the gravity well. Because we're still inside the gravity and we're 8 kilometers away. So yeah, he's probably a little too shallow and maybe going down. Alright. That might actually be why he called for support. Alright. And alright, so I'm going to get my speed under control and then we'll jump back to the station. And I think that'll actually do it for us for now. Like I said, basically I'm going to get the new mining vehicle in operation. We're going to come back and we're going to mine that area out. There's a bunch of resources over there that I want. I don't know if there's any uranium or platinum over there, actually. I think it might all be just, there might like some cobalt. I think there's some magnesium over there. I'll definitely have to go check that out. But that will be for next time. I am going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know, like I said, this is kind of short one for us, so I guess it's about on par for average now. But yeah, so like I said, we will be doing a lot more in Space Engineers in the near future. I'm thinking our next thing, like I said, we'll probably put a couple of defense posts in on the asteroid just so that the thing can defend itself while we're gone. But I'm thinking we're going to head down to the planet soon. We kind of need to get a base going down there, which also means we're going to need a ship to get us down there and back, because the escape pod is a one-way vehicle. It's not built or intended to be multi-use. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you did, you know the routine. And I'm going to get out of here. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your weekend. And we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Hey, look, we're almost home again.